Hello people, hello. I know it's been ages since I've come live on here. I've just been having a bit of a roller coaster, I think is probably the best way to put it. But here we are, Piper and I on, can we see him? There he is, there's my big handsome boy. Hi Pipe, say hello to everybody. No, he's too busy looking out in case there's any dogs going past that he can have a good old bark at. We've had a really nice morning actually. And he's had 2 walks this morning, which is great. 2 completely new places, different parts of different forests here in the Forest of Dean. Such a fabulous part of the world, so lovely. We had some glorious warm weather over the last few days. Summer had almost arrived, but this morning, whew, it was perishing cold again, quite bitter. But it's easing off a little bit now. So we had actually gone down to Lydney for 2 reasons. One was to collect a ticket from the Lydney train station because I'm going to go to London and visit my Kiddly Widdlies next week, the week after next, into I think about the 13th of April it is. And I booked online and I was going to collect my tickets from the ticket machine as I have done before. Got down to Lydney to find that the ticket machine has been removed. So I'm not quite sure how I'm going to get this ticket. Oh, I'm hoping I can change it to digital. If not, I'm probably going to have to drive to Gloucester to pick up a ticket. But anyway, I'm sure there will be a resolution. And the other reason I went to Lydney was to go to the park, Bathurst Park, where one of the stand in the park places has been designated for people who want to go and shine their light together in the park. The only snag with that was that I was a day early. It was actually tomorrow at 10 o'clock. I should have been there, not today. So the spirit was willing, got a bit muddled up. Hopefully I'll get back tomorrow. But anyway, now at least I know where I'm going. So we then went from there to collect a donation that somebody had, a cash donation that somebody had left for to go towards the healing retreat, which was a lovely gesture and very, very, very warmly appreciated. And then we went from there to stock up in Piper's food at K9 Raw in Cinderford. And we're just kind of wending our way around on our way back home when we stopped at this glorious place called the Arboretum, which is a forest area. It's an area though that's fenced off and got all sorts of interesting trees and plants and stuff in it. So it's very beautiful. So we've done all that this morning and it's been lovely. And so I thought it was a good time for me to catch up with a quick live because I've been sadly remiss in keeping up to date. Had a really pretty tricky week, to be honest, and that's really why my energies went down very low. Frustration with the situation with the bank in Spain. Those who have had these experiences with the bank in Spain, sorry about that, let the dog go by. A lovely border collie by the looks of it, passing by. Yep, those of you who've had dealings with Spanish banks will know exactly what I'm talking about, but I really had they had me on my knees earlier on this week with their intransigence and their total unwillingness to literally just update my telephone number. Which denies me access to my online bank account and stuff. So it became a real major problem. And even all my many resources and understandings and beliefs were absolutely put to the test. However, I stood back from it. I did some meditation with Archangel Metatron. And basically I knew that I had to stand back from it. Took Tim Wilde's advice. Tim's always talking about saying no to the 3D party invitations, and I'm very, very well aware that all this situation and the banks are very much representing the 3D and they're issuing party invitations right, left and centre, as we all know. So I declined the party invitation and followed one step in front of another, made some contact with people, and I'm now on the road to hopefully resolving the communication issues with the bank, which means that I now have a clearer headspace. I can focus again on pulling the GoFundMe project together and moving forward onto the next phase. And a couple of people are moving forward with me and have got some really lovely ideas in place for how we can actually raise the funds to basically clear the BBVA out of my life by the end of April and stop them bullying me and stop them repossessing this little house of mine. So yes, and we're looking towards that as very much a win-win situation for everybody, which is the only way forward. Let me just plug myself in again, which is, as we all know, is the only way forward. A win-win situation where we all tap into our greatness, tap into our invisible light, our invisible power, and move forward together as one, supporting each other and creating a very much more beautiful world for ourselves in the future. I saw a comment in one of the Facebook groups there just now, which really touched me, and it was from somebody saying that while we're all dealing with so much 3D madness, if you like, at the moment, and all this huge transition that is basically just, it's being lobbed at us now, right, left and centre. But this guy was saying, but somehow or other, deep down in my soul, I absolutely know that we're going to come through this and we're all going to be fine. And he was basically saying, does anybody else feel the same? And of course I got back to him and I said, absolutely, totally and completely. Even when you're on your knees on the ground, as I was earlier on this week, none of us are above it. None of us are above it. The key thing is knowing how to keep going and come through, and to recognise the reality of what's happening. So of course I got back to him and I said, absolutely, totally and completely. And it's just lovely that we can make these beautiful contacts with other people who are beavering away in their own little corner, dealing with their own little demons and challenges and their own 3D party invites. And know that none of us are alone, and we're here to love and support each other. And there's lots and lots of things going on out there and round about us in order to support. I did some more tapping this morning because the lovely Brenda Kubi is doing her April invitation to tapping every morning for 10 minutes. And it's lovely to be able to tune into that again. I can't believe it's a year, Brenda, since we did that when I was in the cabin in Staunton, and here I am a year later. It's crazy, isn't it? So it's absolutely lovely to have these lovely things popping up, and for us all to know that we're supporting each other. Because at the end of the day, as we all know, whatever is being lobbed at us and whatever we're having to duck and dive and keep centred, it is about dark and light. And it is about standing together in our own strength, in our own light, standing together shoulder to shoulder and shining that light and connecting with other people who are shining their own light and desperately seeking glimmers of light from other places. And so we all come together. And I think we can all go within and relax into the comfort zone, the positive comfort zone of knowing that we're all going to be fine. It's going to be all right. Everything's going to be all right. So stick to your integrity. Keep communicating with other people who are shining their light and who are understanding the wider picture. Share with other people, and let's all move forward together. I noticed when I came on just now that quite a few, I think there's 6 people have asked to join the group. So my apologies to you for having not noticed that sooner. And I'm going to confirm your invites very shortly, and you'll all be a member of the group. And please